It's Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News at 4. A $99 million water plant purchase in Glenwood Canyon is pitting the Front Range against the western slope. Both sides are making their arguments this week ahead of a critical state hearing later this month. Caught in the middle is the Shoshone water plant. Heather Sackett of Aspen Journalism has been tracking this debate since the very start.
It has one of the oldest non-consumptive water rights on the western slope, and so that means the water is used for hydropower, but it just goes through the turbines and then it continues on downstream.
Those water rights date back to 1905, but in recent years, Glenwood Canyon has changed dramatically. So has the river itself.
Wildfires, mudslides, all kinds of stuff in Glenwood Canyon that put that plant at risk.
Leading that Shoshone purchase is Colorado River District. Summit and other counties have already committed tens of millions to the cause.
So the River District wants to add a beneficial use to this hydropower right. They want to add an environmental flow right. And the CWCB, state of Colorado, has to sign off on that.
Opposing that plan, as it is today, are Denver Water and Northern Water, operators of Dillon Reservoir and Green Mountain Reservoir, serving millions on the Front Range.
They don't dispute that this has huge environmental benefits for the western slope. It's just really a matter of how much that water right is for.
That disagreement over how much should be allowed is one big reason Sackett calls this upcoming state hearing unusual.
When the CWCB has to approve these in-stream flow rights, it's usually a much more simple and quick matter.
Both sides meet in Durango in 2 weeks. Sackett, she'll be there too, covering this latest chapter of the Shoshone saga. Colorado Democrats and Idaho Republicans are joining forces to protect river health and guarantee Forest Service funding. U.S. Senators Michael Bennet and John Hickenlooper are co-sponsoring the $50 million Headwaters Protection Act. The Headwaters Act would triple funding for farmers, ranchers, and local governments as they fight water pollution. It would also secure money for watershed evaluations required by the Forest Service. A different version of this bill died in committee 2 years ago. The Colorado Health Department is defying a recent federal directive. Just yesterday, officials in Colorado approved a standing prescription for COVID booster shots. Anyone can get one without seeing a doctor. Major pharmacies like Walgreens for years have given seasonal vaccines with no doctor's note, but that policy changed when the FDA limited boosters to certain people. Governor Jared Polis calls this ridiculous, saying D.C. politicians should not decide who gets a shot in Colorado. That federal directive itself is controversial and confusing with an upcoming review. Local fire danger, it's high today in Summit County with a Stage 1 fire ban. A Silverthorne local was anxiously watching this week when a quadplex caught fire down the street from his home, and he was happy with the response.
It makes you nervous. We've all been through pre-evacuations. It makes me feel good we got this much emergency services out here.
No one was injured, and that fire was quickly put out before jumping into the woods. The structure itself was badly damaged. Fire experts say we are now in third fire season, those dry fall months before the first snowfall. Two of the largest fires in state history burned well into October, Cameron Peak and East Troublesome, both in 2020. East Troublesome burned over 100,000 acres in a single night. And in local sports, Summit High Girls Volleyball, they're playing Evergreen today for the season opener. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.